What up? Welcome back to Devils Gaming Son. And see, I'm busting out a move. What's up, son? Getting what? Spin it. Yeah. See, I'm nasty at dancing in this game. Wait, what? What the hell? Do you see what that guy is doing back there? What the hell? This game is kind of crazy. Yeah, I flipped him off, and then he shoots me, and then I end his life. Yes, sir. And I take off. But this game is really fun. I love doing this kind of stuff. Just running up and just bow. Just drop kicking dudes, shooting them with shotguns. I can't, like, Grand Theft Auto is probably my one-time favorite all-time game. It's like, I love just being able to do whatever you want. Look, I can steal a smart car and just cruise around with a shotgun out the window, blasting people. So yeah, this Saints Row game definitely copied Grand Theft Auto, but it's still lots of fun. But I know that's not why you came here today. You wanted to hear some more Downward Game stories on. And the last time I left you, I was talking about being deployed to Kuwait. And I think I had enough of this smart car, so I think I'll just blow it up. I think that's an RPG, and then I made a mistake. I was like, okay, yes, good night. But yeah, this game is so fun. So yeah, I talked about being stationed in Kuwait, deployed, and oh, check this out. I customized a Lamborghini. I blacked it all out. Check it out. This thing is black rims, got the tint. Everything's black. That thing is sick. I wish I had that car in real life. Like, I would love to have that car in real life. If I could afford a Lamborghini, Murcielago, that's a Gallardo, it looks like. But I know, actually, a Murcielago doors flip up, but Gallardo's doesn't. So that is maybe a Murcielago. But if I could afford it, I definitely want all black, black wheels, black tint, and it would look like a flat black. But anyways, talking about the stories. So yeah, I left you last time. I was talking about being deployed. I worked in the armory, which was a pretty skate job, and that's another term we use in the military. If you have like an easy job, skate. It was pretty skate job. So I'm trying to think of funny stories that happened out there, and I just remembered a really good one. Now I was a security forces, which was a cop security for the base, but I worked in the armory. So a lot of my friends were security for the base, and I would give them their weapons every day, and they would return them back to me. So this one troop, I can't remember his name, but I was looking at his hat, and he had like these like tick marks on it. Like he had them like crossed out. Like there was like 11 or 12 of them, and I know he wasn't counting down the days. Like he was putting them on the inside of the brim of his hat. Like he was checking off each thing, and I'm like, yo, what are each of those checks for? It's the funniest thing. I swear to God, he says this. He goes, each time I jerk off in a different post, I put a little check mark. I'm like, that is disgusting. So basically, he was trying to rub one out on every post that he did security for on the base, and that's what each check mark was. I'm like, that's how like bored. Wait, do you guys see this car like stuck up straight up in the air? I thought this was just really weird. So like, look at this. I don't know how that happened. Did I hit that car on the way in? I forget. And look, it lets me get in it and everything. But yeah, so that's why he had those check marks on his inside of the brim of his hat. And I remember when the end of our tour, I asked him to look at the inside of his hat, and there was like at least 50 to 60 of those little check marks. But there wasn't even that many posts, so he must have seen how many times you can go through it. So I think it was the same kid. Yeah, that same kid that did that tick marks. We used to work out at the gym all the time. He was always there. Like my goal when I was deployed was to work out every day, and I did. I got in amazing shape. But I wasn't taking any supplements. I think I was just drinking like muscle milk, and that was it. But a friend of mine, the guy that was doing the tick marks, he was getting like real big. Like he was getting real swole. And I'm like, what the heck are you doing? Like, what are you taking? And he was actually taking something called androstenedione. Now, I don't know. It was called like 1AD. It's the same stuff that Mark McGwire was taking when he broke the home run record. Like, it's not really illegal, but it's in that gray area. It's just pills. You can't take it in the military. But he was taking it. He got it sent out there, from bodybuilding.com or whatever. And he had sent it out there, and he got huge. And I was really considering maybe taking it. I'm like, man, maybe I should try it. But like by the end of the tour, he got like really big, and he lost all his hair. Like that stuff just took all his hair away. It was kind of messed up. So yeah, I mean that's what happens when you take steroids and all that stuff. It's like you lose your hair. That's for like some reason I'll never do stuff like that because I'm too scared to lose my hair. So I was so happy I didn't take the androstenedione. I think it was called 1AD. So I wanted to talk a little bit about sleepwalking. You may or may not know that I sleepwalk a lot, even to this day. Gina catches me doing really funny stuff. Maybe I'll save that for another video. But I'm going to talk about sleepwalking out in the desert, which in the military, you can't sleepwalk. Like, you could get kicked out of the military if you tell them you sleptwalk. I lied and said I never did when I joined and everything, and just kept it a big secret. So I was sleepwalking in the desert. And the very second night I stayed in the trailer, like we're out of the tent. I even think I slept walk in the tent. But it's weird. Like, I sleepwalk more when I'm in somewhere, like I'm sleeping somewhere new and I'm stressed. That's when I usually sleepwalk the most. Or if there's like a weird light in the room. Oh, here comes Nyla. There she goes. If there's a real weird light that's not usually there, that will cause me to sleepwalk. It's weird. I do a lot of sleepwalking. So I was sleepwalking in the desert. Like, what? And I sometimes can remember it because I'll wake up. Sometimes I don't. But this one time I was sleeping and I just, like, somebody came into the trailer because there was about 10 of us that shared this trailer with beds in it. And hold on, Nyla is, well, get down, Nyla, get down. So there's about 10 of us that share a trailer, and one of the guys walks in, and it's pitch black in there because some of us are sleeping, and he's using his watch, like, you know, his watch to kind of light up his so he could see a little bit. And I guess the light on his watch caused me to like sleepwalk. So I jumped out of bed, like jumped, darted to the other side of the trailer, and was kind of like standing there. And he couldn't, like, I guess I kind of scared him, like freaked him out. And I woke up and I just started busting out laughing. And he flips the light on, like, dude, what the hell? What's wrong with you, man? I was like, I don't know. I think I might have been sleepwalking a little bit. He's like, what? I was like, I don't know. So I went back to bed. But that was one occasion. And then there was other occasions, like, I'd wake up and I'd be outside the trailer, like in the middle of the desert. But I mean, between other trailers, but it was in the desert. And I would just wake up outside, like, oh shit. And I'd walk back to the trailer. Or I'd wake up and I'm like standing at the door, like I'm about to walk out. Pretty scary stuff, but nothing bad happened. Like, and if I said anything, they would have sent me home, like, because they would be scared I would be a risk, you know, like I could just go walking up on somebody and they would think I'm a threat and I could possibly get shot. But luckily, nothing like that happened to me on that deployment. I have other stories on my other deployment with me sleepwalking. I'll tell you those stories when I get to it. So I'm going to try and talk about a little bit of the day-to-day life for me being deployed. It wasn't that bad. I had it kind of easy, like I said, because I worked in the armory. I mean, it wasn't really easy because I worked more days than the regular security, but I wasn't outside sweating my balls off. I was actually kind of lucky in the air condition for like majority of the day. But I would even volunteer on my days off to do crazy stuff off base, which was kind of fun, but it took up your time. So like I think I'd work like 6 days straight, about 12 to 14-hour days, and you know, I think I had to be in at like 6 a.m. I had to be at the armory at 6 a.m. But I had to come like a half hour early, so I'd be there at 5:30 a.m. because I had to count all the weapons, all the ammunition, just to make sure like everything's there when we change out. So you know, I'm not responsible if the armor before me lost something. So I'd get in, I would count everything. I think we had like 300 M4s, and I can't remember the rest of the weapons, but we had a lot. I think there was over $1.5 million worth the weapons in that armory. I remember I had to know that. And so I'd go in and count all the weapons. So once everything was there, I'd let the other guy go home. There was usually like 3 of us in there, but I was usually that one that did all the counting. And then, you know, I'd wait for the first shift of cops to come in so I can arm them up with their weapons. So I'd arm all them up, and there was like 100 or 70. There was a lot of troops to arm up, and then once they get armed up, they go out and relieve the other security, and that people come in and I turn them all in. They turn all their weapons in, and then I got some downtime, and usually on that downtime I would like clean weapons. I would you know, I would take all the rounds out of the magazines because sand would get in there, and if something happened and they had to use that magazine, like it could jam up. So I would clean out all the magazines. We call it blocking ammo, that's what it's called. And then I would just do other stuff like cleaning Mark 19s. I painted the armory when I was out there. That was one of my things I decided on doing. Like, just my boss just wanted me busy, so I did a lot of like stuff that another team probably went out there and did right after me. So yeah, that was my day to day. And then every day after work, after 12 to 13 hours working in the armory, I would go to the gym right after. Right after. This was like clockwork every single day. And hit the gym up, work out for like an hour to 2 hours, shower, which was a pain in the butt because then I had to walk another like mile after I showered, then go to bed and then do it all over again in the morning. And that went on for 6 to 7 months. And then I would have one day off of the week, so it'd be 6 on, 1 off. And that day off was always just doing laundry, hitting the gym up, and maybe playing a little bit of Xbox. That was it. So I hope that answers. I seen that was a big question in the comments, just in normal day-to-day life out there. And and then like on days off, you could request to go on flyaway missions, and then you like go into Iraq and do a mission or like convoys. So sometimes we did stuff like that. Maybe I'll get into those stories in the next DRG, son. So please put your comments below on things you would like me to talk about. And if you're watching the gameplay, I just decided to just go ham and just mess everybody up in the game. So I would pay attention to the gameplay at this point because it probably gets kind of funny. And I do some crazy things, steal cop cars and stuff. So also hit the thumbs up button if you're dope fresh, son. The more thumbs up, the more I want to make these videos and keep rocking with them, because I feel like I'm running out of stories for the desert and I might have to move on to back to Germany, and then I go to Korea, and then I go to New Jersey. So I got a lot more stuff to go, but as far as this deployment, I think I pretty much said everything I could possibly say except for some flyaway missions. And yeah, so make sure you hit the thumbs up for me surfing on a dude in the game. Look at this, just dropping people, son. So yeah, thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace on the street. There's a sign. Stole a fire truck and I'm driving it around and I don't know how to shoot those. Peace.